The definition of price elasticity of demand is the responsiveness of demand to a change in the price level.
The formula is the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price.
If the price of a chocolate bar falls from 40p to 36p and demand rises as a consequence from 1,000 bars per week to 1,200 bars per week, then there has been a 10% fall in the price but a 20% increase in quantity demanded. Using the formula, it would be plus 20 over minus 10, which will result in minus 2. When the result of the calculation is 0, this means the product is perfectly inelastic. When price changes, there is no effect on demand. Between 0 and minus 1 is price inelastic demand. When price falls, demand increases but by a smaller proportion. When the answer is 0, this means it's unitary price elasticity of demand, that a change in price brings about the same proportion to change in demand. Above 1 is price elastic, and this means a fall in price means demand rises. Infinity is price elasticity of demand, and this means that a fall in price leads to an infinite level of demand. When the result of the calculation is price inelastic, prices will fall within a business. Due to demand not changing, the total revenue or overall expenditure must fall also. If the product is price elastic, then a fall in the price level results in a rise in the total revenue from more demand.
Necessity. A necessary good will have relatively inelastic demand due to people's need to buy the good or service. Substitutes. A good has several substitutes, then demand is more price elastic. This is because consumers can easily buy alternatives if they don't like this price. Addictiveness. Addictive good is relatively price inelastic due to the addictive nature. Proportion of income spent. If a good has a small proportion of income, demand is relatively price inelastic. If a good takes a large proportion of income demand, it is relatively price elastic.
If a firm sells a good with an inelastic demand, they are likely to put most of the tax burden on the consumer because they know a price increase will not cause demand to fall significantly. This is effective when governments are trying to raise revenue. However, if a firm sells a good with an elastic demand, they are likely to take most of the tax burden upon themselves. This is because they know if the price of the good increases, demand is likely to fall, which will lower their overall revenue. This is effective if governments want to reduce the demand for a particular good. Subsidies encourage production of a good by lowering the firm's average costs. This increases supply. The benefit of this can either be increased revenue for the firm if the good is price inelastic, or lower prices for consumers if it's price elastic.